So on today's warm-up, we're doing the one thing we didn't do on yesterday's warm-up. Sorry, not yesterday. Friday. Friday we did a warm-up where we did 3 things, and then we did some notes. And then today we're doing the 4th thing that we didn't do on Friday, and that is drawing an angle and then bisecting it. So that's our warm-up for today. So you want to make sure you have your journal out, and you want to be able to write the date. If you're not writing the date, then I'm not seeing the difference between your warm-ups. And so, again, we write today's date, the 18th, right? So 9, 18, 17. And then we want to do what it says on the warm-up, draw an angle and bisect it. So, to draw an angle, pretty straightforward. We're going to draw whatever angle we'd like, okay? Whatever size you want, okay? And then let's zoom in on it. We need to bisect this. Was anybody absent on Friday? So I'm going to teach you right now how to do this, but it is in the notes packet from Thursday, all the steps. Okay? So once you have an angle, to bisect it, your first step is to take your compass, whatever size you want, you need to make an arc, putting the pointy part at the vertex, and just drag it across. So, try to make it look better than that. So here we go. We got a arc. So right now everyone should have an angle and an arc. Show me you got it. And then our next step is we're going to take our pointy part of our compass and we're going to put it at each of these intersections we just made. And we're going to create kind of an X out here in this empty space. Bless you. So check this out. I'm going to take my compass like this, pointy part right there, and I'm going to make a little arc right here. Doesn't have to be a full circle, just an arc out here in the middle. And then I'm going to move the pointy part over here. Do the exact same arc, so don't change the size. Okay? And it should look something kind of like an X. Alright, this is just from the notes from Friday. Once I have that X-looking thing, then I know I can connect a segment or a ray from the vertex through that new intersection. And even if it's not done perfectly, I still see all the correct marks to know that you intended to make a bisector and those angles would be equal. Okay? So it has to look, it should look like you cut it in half with a little curved X over here. And that's bisecting an angle. So, I want you to notice that today we are finishing the assignment we started on Friday. So if you weren't here, it's the last folder in the blue bin. You can grab one of those. The name of the assignment is called Construction Assignment. And if you remember what I asked y'all to, or what I pointed out to y'all, is that on that assignment, if I can get rid of this, on that assignment, I wanted you to notice something. So I want everyone to look at your assignment. Okay. Let me erase this. I'll go green on this one. So on your assignment, everyone's looking at this sheet from Friday. If not, make sure you get it out of your stuff or out of the back blue bin. I want to remind you that there are 2 parts to number 1 and 2 parts to number 2. On number 1, you're supposed to, in essence, copy it and then bisect it. I'm telling you, I keep seeing people only bisect that angle, and that's not right. So I'm going to show you a rough sketch of what I'm looking for. So again, I want you to notice that I put copy and bisect. So again, I'm showing you a rough sketch of the marks I'm looking for. Is everyone eyes over here? Okay. To copy an angle, you have to draw your own segment, make an arc on both of them, measure from here to here, and then mark it over here. If I don't see those 2 arcs before you draw your line, then you did not copy that angle correctly. If you're wondering, how did I know to do that? That was the 3rd thing we did on Thursday. It's in your notes, I promise. Then you're supposed to take that new angle and bisect it, just like we just did on this warm-up. Using this arc, you could make 2 more marks like that. Sorry. So does everyone see all the marks I'm looking for when you do this on number 1? On number 2, to copy a segment, you draw a long segment, put a point, measure it with your compass, mark it with your compass. If I don't see that mark, I don't know how you constructed it. You got to construct it. And then how do you bisect one of these things? Well, I'm looking for the marks that look like this. Past halfway, and then you draw a line between them. So does everyone see what I'm looking for? If I don't see these marks, I know you didn't do it right, no matter how close it is. Okay, so it's about the marks, not about anything else. So you want to make sure you do number 1 and 2 right now, because that's your preparation for the last 20 minutes of today's class. So if you didn't read the board, there it is. The last 20 minutes of class, you're showing me you can do all 4 of those constructions as a hopefully easy quiz grade. Copy a segment, bisect a segment. Copy an angle, bisect an angle. It's going to be open note, so do number 1 and 2 using your notes. Show me you can do it at the end of class. Get a good quiz grade, okay? So that's what we're doing today. Everyone's working on the assignment from Friday, and the last 20 minutes we're going to work. Go ahead and get started, please.